What's up guys, Chris here from Mainely Mesh. Going to be doing a review of the Lacrosse Anaconda Fogo grip. Today going to be showing you how to make this go on to here and stuff. And also going to be talking about a kind of novel application of it that I think you guys are going to like. So let's get her done. So the Anaconda Fogo grip, basically, if anything, the Fogo grip is a little bit of a misnomer because it definitely has more applications than that. But this thing runs for 25 bucks. It's essentially a rubber grip that runs around the top of the shaft. I'm sure you guys have seen the review that East Coast Guys did, that Red Star Lacrosse did. They focus mostly on the Fogo stuff, I believe. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, Greg, I didn't watch your full review. I'm sorry. But going to run you through this real quick. 25 bucks, like I said. I'm going to start doing some, start putting the price at the beginning of these reviews so you guys don't forget about it. They also sent over this awesome scandium shaft as well as 2 different carbon fiber shafts, which I'm going to review later on. And here is how this bad boy works. You take it out of the packaging, and then it's got this cool little thingy-mabobber doohickey. You're going to want to make sure that when you put this together, you already have the head that you want on the shaft, just so you can get it all lined up properly. So here, I've just got a random Epic Hawk sequel, which you can buy on our website, mainlymesh.com. Product placement. So, just gonna slide this thing up. You're gonna want this little rat tail at the bottom, and then essentially what you're gonna do is as you pull this guy down, you're gonna notice up top that as I start pulling, oh whoops, I did it the wrong way. That's why you look for all the little things before you do your reviews, kids. So I did it the wrong way. You're gonna want to make sure you pull it all the way through, because what you're gonna see here is that as I start pulling down, it starts removing layer by layer. I think I got it twisted. What?
Do not get your finger in there.
It's gonna be okay. So it starts removing it layer by layer, and you're essentially going to want to line up the top of this rubber with the bottom of the head of the shaft. If you're a face-off guy, you're obviously going to want to get this piece of rubber as close as possible to the bottom of the head. I think I have a little bit of a gap, but we will live. And then essentially, you don't even really need to worry too much about pulling it down. You just kind of keep pulling away, and look how beautiful that is. Just pulling away. And the best part about this is once you're done with this process, you get a free plastic slinky. Slinky, slinky, everybody loves this slinky. And look at that, piece of cake. 2-minute application time, tops. Have that awesome face-off grip. So if I bring you in close, you can see probably like a 2 to 3 millimeter thickness. So it's definitely thick. What's nice about this is you're gonna have a lot more durability here than tape, since it's a solid rubber grip. Only issue here is that if you're changing hands, you can hear it. Sometimes you'll get it to roll up a little accidentally. So what I did on the last one, you're just gonna take a little piece of tape. Give me a second. Easiest fix to that problem is just take a little piece of tape. I'm using the String King pre-cut tape, which you can find on our website, www.mainlymesh.com. Product placement today. The summer of sales. Really just cover up that little lip. That's all you need. Nothing special. Just if you're, a face-off guy. Even if you're a face-off guy who is a true Fogo and faces off and gets off, you never know when you might need to change your hands. So it just kind of gets rid of that issue. Just cover up the bottom, and then you can change hands pretty easily. It's going to give you a ton of grip at the top. They do now have, at least they had a limited edition neon green version. Hopefully, if you guys keep on bothering them, they're going to bring that back. That was really my only comment when I first got this for face-off guys, because obviously right now at the collegiate and high school level, you need to have a different color tape from your shaft and your head and your gloves and your uniform. And usually, I think it says in the rule book, I'm not entirely sure, but usually can't be white or black tape either. So you've seen some of the college guys use it and kind of get away with it. Some of the pro guys, for sure, it doesn't matter what they're using as much, but you would need a different color tape for at least 6 inches if you're playing at the college level. Other than that, I think the even cooler application for me, if you're a face-off guy and you're really into the grip, I'm not sure this will make you a better player necessarily, but it kind of, if you're going to have tape, you might as well have a grippy tape that is going to last a while. $25 isn't the cheapest price in the world, but it's also not that expensive. It's like grabbing a piece of mesh. So, and honestly, if you're going through 4 or 5 rolls of tape a year, then you're spending $20 if you're getting the pre-cut tape anyways. So it is what it is, but I think an even cooler application in my mind is as a top grip for a goalie. So if you guys were watching the UNC game, the championship game this weekend, you will notice that the UNC goalie went down for a low save, and it hit off the top of his head and bent it back at a 45-degree angle, and he ended up letting up the goal. I don't know if this product would have stopped that goal, if there is so much force behind it that it still would have twisted it out. But instead of worrying about tape, you can get really whatever shaft you want. Instead of having to worry about buying a super expensive shaft with a grip or worrying about constantly redoing your tape, grab one of these grips on your top hand. As a goalie, you're never really worried about changing your hands. So you could have even 1 or 2 of these grips. It might even be worth to get 1 grip up here, 1 grip down at the bottom, so that stick isn't moving in your hands. They also put on the website, I thought I was a genius for thinking of that, but he had already put it up on the website as a possible application, as well as putting it down at the bottom in case you wanted a little bit extra power on your shot. I wouldn't be surprised if you could take an X-Acto knife and just kind of cut along a line in case you didn't want this full. This is about like an 8-inch section. 8-inch section or so. You could probably cut it down to like a 6-inch section and put it at the bottom of your stick if you wanted, just for a little bit more grip. The only issue I would have with that is you do have that little bit of a roll that you might need to tape over a little bit more, so that might not feel quite as comfortable. But it's just a really cool product, a clever application. I have to admit that the first time I received this, it came in a tube with those shafts. I accidentally threw it out because I had no idea what I was looking for. So huge thank you to Aero Lacrosse for being kind enough to send me another, even though I